All right, if you can have everyone's attention here in the media center and press box. He's already here. We'll go ahead and get started with our winners press conference here in the media area. We welcome Kasey Kahne, driver of the number 5 Farmers Insurance Chevrolet, the winner of today's Lennox Industrial Tools 301 here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. This is his second victory of 2012. With this victory, Kasey moves into the number 1 wild card position. He now has more victories than any other driver outside the top 10. This is his first victory and 7th top 10 finish in 17 races here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. His previous best New Hampshire finish was 4th in 2004. Kasey, talk a little bit about the race out there today.
Well, it was a good race. We had a great Farmers Insurance Chevrolet. Started out fast right at the start, just racing with Kyle and Denny. And track position was pretty big. Denny was really tough throughout the whole race. So when we got 2 tires there at the end and put us first, I was feeling really good about where we were at. And just I slid around for about the first 10 laps, and then I knew I needed to get as big as a lead as I could because I knew Denny would be coming at some point. So I tried to get away, and then we ended up winning. So it was great. I was really happy. This is a tough track. I've ran pretty good here at times and struggled other times, so it feels good to finish one off today. And the pit calls, Kenny Francis, from the adjustments to the call at the end to get, to be the first car off pit road, and for the pit crew to step up every time we were on pit road and get us off, first today was a big part of this win for sure.
Joining Kasey up here at the head table, Kenny Francis, crew chief of the number 5 Farmers Insurance Chevrolet. Kenny, obviously, at this point of the season, the chase, the wild card, obviously a hot topic. Talk a little bit about your view from the pit box today.
Yeah, from the pit box, we had a pretty good car all day. It was a little bit loose all day. We never did quite get it exactly how we wanted it, but all in all, we were in the top 5 all day, and I was kind of a non-call, I thought, at the end. I was shocked when the 11 took 4 and kind of gifted us the lead there. And fortunately, we were able to finish it off and outrun him to the finish. He had to come from a pretty good ways back.
Okay, we'll open it up for questions. We'll start right here with Joe, then go back to David, and then Al.
Joe Menzer, NASCAR.com. Could both you guys just talk about, the start to this year and being everybody thought this is how it was going to be right from the start, and it's never really that easy, it seems like, when guys go to new teams. But obviously you got it rolling now.
Yeah, I'd say this, I felt really confident coming into the season and jumping into such a fast race car. But I also knew, and myself and Kenny talked last year, that, it's not going to be easy, and, we still have to figure out it, go fast, and we just have a lot of good people to work with now. So I felt like we've had speed since drop of the first green flag. I made mistakes, and we've had some other issues on some of those DNFs, but other than that, we've been fast all year, and it's nice that we've been able to put, I think, 10 or 11 top 10s over 13, 14 weeks together, something like that, since that kind of horrible start. But I feel good about where we're at now. We just have to stay consistent and stay after it, keep putting ourselves in position, hopefully win a couple more races there.
Okay, we'll go David, Al, and Bob.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
We started off, like Kasey said, with our cars had a lot of speed. We took a lot of our ideas to Hendrick Motorsports. We finished the year off really strong last year. So when we came over there, we had a lot of fresh ideas that we had to incorporate into the cars, and that took a little bit of doing, getting that stuff rolling, as it always does. So we had some speed, and we just had a few issues. We had some crashes when we shouldn't have crashed. We had some engines break. We had a few bad pit calls that got us messed up and in poor position, then got in a wreck. Things like that happened. So, all in all, we knew the cars were really fast, and we had a good thing coming together, and it's just a matter of getting all the gears meshing. So we've kind of started doing a lot better here lately, I think. And even at like at Michigan, we had an accident there, and we were kind of experimenting with some stuff that didn't work. But all in all, I think we got some good fundamentals that we're working from that have helped us a lot.
Next question, David.
Yeah, David Newton, ESPN.com. Both of you could answer this. Start with Kasey. You did have so much bad luck early in the year, and Denny was in here, and they were talking about they had a miscommunication. Denny wanted 2 tires, and they went with 4. So I guess the luck kind of turned around, and Denny said that kind of stuff usually works out in the end. Did you kind of feel like things would turn at some point, that all that bad stuff would end up good?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of racing. You have bad luck at times, you have good luck at times, but you know, some of ours wasn't bad luck. I mean, my deal at Phoenix, I was straight up driver error, you know, so, you know, we had a little bit of bad luck. We had some just straight up mistakes and things to learn from. You know, when you do that or have those mistakes, as long as you're learning from it, you'll be all right. And but yeah, the luck changed today. We had great luck today for those guys to miscommunicate. I guess that helped us a ton. So it was good. I'll take them any way we can.
Next question, Bob. I'm sorry, Al, then Bob.
Yeah, Kasey, Al Pierce from Auto Week. Sort of in line with David's question, do you kind of feel like you might have stolen one today?
I wouldn't say stolen. We ran in the top 4 the whole race. So
Well, but, I mean,
we were
you sort of got
we
the...
were in pretty good shape. I was catching Denny at times on long runs. You know, he was probably 4 seconds out one time, and I had it down to about 2 or a second and a half when we pitted. So we had a great car. You know, if he was to keep the track position, I would have never passed him. But for him to be on 4 tires there at the end and us on 2, he was catching us pretty fast. So it was, you know, it's just what they chose to do. You know, they said something about tires, so they took 4, and he meant 2, but he said tires or whatever. I don't know how it happened, but
Yeah, I
worked out
don't know
good
how it
for us.
happened either, but we've sure had some we felt like stolen from us, so it's nice to steal
Yeah,
one
exactly.
from somebody else. Yeah. Yeah, eventually, hopefully it evens out.
Next question from Bob.
Bob Hocker, Sporting News. I mean, Kasey went after you come off pit road. Were you looking like, where's Denny? Where's Denny? And was he still the person that you were most concerned about on the restart, even though he was about 10 spots behind you?
Yeah, I mean, when I restarted the race, you know, obviously Clint's always fast, and Dale Jr. is right behind us. He ran up front the whole race, so, you know, you're worried about those guys, but I knew if we didn't make any mistakes, you know, it was my race to get out front because we had a great car throughout the whole race. So I knew we were in good shape, and Denny was pitted right in front of me, came in front of me, and as they dropped his right side jack right before we dropped ours, and when mine dropped, they were jacking his left side up, and so I knew he was getting 4 at that point in time, and I knew you know, as I left the pits, I was looking in my mirror, and there's tons of cars coming out on 2, so I thought we'd have a big gap there, you know, and buy us some time.
Okay, we'll take a couple more downstairs, then we'll go upstairs. Go ahead.
Kasey Kahne, Matt Werner's WWLP.com. Here today, we had a new tire brought in here, and Dale Jr. came here about 2 months ago and tested with this new tire. As an organization, did you guys talk about this test, share notes to get an idea of what this race would be like today?
Yeah, not a lot. The test, when they came up here, it was kind of a bad weather deal. They didn't get to run very much. You know, it was a lot colder. I mean, I think it was probably in the 50s or 60s. So none of that really translates. You know, they managed to run like a 40-lap run, they said, just to see if the tire would hold up okay, and it seemed like it did, so they chose to bring it back. But from the time we unloaded, really the tire wasn't an issue. I mean, it was fine. I didn't hear anyone confused or spun out, you know, or struggling to get a grip on the handling or the tire. And even at the tire test, I think they said that everybody really liked it. It was really similar to what we had here before, handling-wise. So they were mainly trying to fix some durability issues, which they managed to fix. It looks like I don't think anyone had any issues today, which is a good thing. So, you know, I think the compound and all that was very similar to what we've had, and you saw the same type of tire wear as what we've had here in the past. So, really, I think it was a non-issue.
Yeah, I felt like the racing was very similar. As far as, you know, a lot of times the tire creates the race, and I thought it was pretty similar. The way my car drove was pretty similar to how it drove last year, so it wasn't a big difference. I think just a little more durable.